Hello everyone. So I was just waiting for some more people to join. Welcome to today's live. Today's live is really special for me because I have a very special guest joining me. So she not only is one of the top celebrity makeup artists of India, she has trained from the Miami School of Hair and Makeup in the USA. She's the makeup artist to the likes of Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, Deepika Padukone, Priyanka Chopra, Madhuri Dixit, Alia Bhatt, and just you name it, and she's done all their makeup. Also, Britney Spears, Mariah Carey, she has helped these women look their best for international events. But something that rings closer to home, many people from my family, many brides, and also my friends have had their special day feel even more special as they look their very best under her. I missed out on that opportunity because when I approached her 8.5, 9 years back, she already had a bride. And one thing about her which I really love is her commitment and loyalty to whoever she works for. So for her, it doesn't matter if you're a doctor, you're an actress, you're a celebrity, you're a bride, you're a bride. You're as special as every other bride. So she did hand me over to some of her students who are now big names themselves. She runs an academy too. And from here, there are so many new makeup artists who are coming out. They are designing celebrity looks. Also, they're working for brides. So our today's guest is Ojas Rajani. Yes, so I'm just waiting for Ojas to join us. Unfortunately, she's not here yet and she's missed the beautiful introduction that I just gave for her. For few of you all who might have joined from her handle and don't know me, I am Dr. Shaista Farooqi Kazi. I am a dermatologist, a cosmetologist, and a trichologist. So both of us work at different spectrums to achieve more or less the same thing. So Ojas is with us. I'll just let her join in.
Hi, how are you finally?
Yes, so happy to have you here. I was just telling them that not only are you a celebrity makeup artist, but so many brides have looked their best on their most important day of their life because of you.
Touch wood, touch wood, touch wood, touch wood.
It's a
But
pleasure to
like
have
I was
you.
just online telling my followers that I'm going to be talking to you, so I told them just to join the bandwagon. So
Lovely,
it took me
lovely.
2 minutes. You're
So,
looking
Ojas,
lovely. You're looking very nice, doctor. You're
you're
looking very
kidding.
nice. So
So
I
I
was
just
just telling
first,
everyone that how important, normally we always take a back seat where we want to go to a doctor or a skin specialist or a dermat, or we keep it for another day. But like I always tell people that how important it is to have your skincare right. It's not necessarily just because you're getting married that you go to a skin doctor. From the time you kind of get into your college days to a working woman to a mother to an auntie to a sister to everybody, I think it's so important. Even men nowadays, I think to look good has its definitely brownie points, and wherever you go, people definitely judge the book by its cover.
absolutely. So first impressions are so important. It's not just as you said on your wedding day, but even if you're going in for a job interview, or even if you're going to a child's school or anything, even if you're just at home and you have guests over, you want to look your best. And you actually feel
Definitely,
most productive and you feel good and healthy from within if you look nice. It does make a difference even to our own
definitely,
confidence.
definitely,
Like Otis,
definitely.
for example, you'll never find her not looking her best. She stays in my
Oh my
building, so I
God.
can vouch for it. It's not just when she's on camera or at an event. Even in the lift, like you just look at her and you feel happy because she's so well turned out, beautiful, impeccable, and that's the way we all should be. And that can only happen if we look after our skin and hair. Because we can't put oodles of makeup constantly. So it's a two-way thing. I always believe that if you do look after your skin, then you'll need lesser makeup. You'll still need good and correct makeup, but you'll not need to cake up your face to look your best.
Definitely,
And of course, you
definitely.
don't follow the skincare or whatever, you miss the bus sometimes. Makeup can help you temporarily to cover up that blemish here and there and still look your best.
Definitely. And also, I think somewhere down the line, like you said, it boosts your confidence. Everybody wants to feel appreciated. All of us do like a little bit attention or importance, and it's a feel-good situation. It's not that we're doing to impress somebody, but it's for ourselves. That when you look at yourself in the mirror, you feel more confident. And I feel I always give an example in all my interviews that when you're feeling good, you are good around people. Like I'll give an example. When you go to work, the day you're all well dressed and looking really good and everything, you're performing your best. But God forbid the day you're looking your worst, your hair's not looking nice, your makeup's not nice, you do get a little grumpy because you're somewhere down the line shaken up.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
it definitely
Even for a
affects
mom,
your performance at work to a great extent.
true. Even for a mom, like just if somebody comes and meets a mother and says, "Oh my God, you've got kids. You don't look like a mother. You look so young." It's just that one line, but she starts feeling
It's
better
a
and
big
feels
boost.
better
It's a
version
big
of herself.
confidence boost. Definitely,
So it's
definitely.
very needed. And both the things work together, the skincare and also the makeup. Because if we just get up from our bed and come and sit here, people will be surprised we look quite different from maybe what we're looking now. The little things that
Definitely,
we've done.
definitely. But I think nowadays I love to emphasize and specify this with skincare, keeping in mind that today's makeup, like I don't know if you know, but I started makeup 25 years back, but I always did a very thin layer of foundation because I was trained in America, Miami. So I was taught that if
Yes.
you saw me or when I started my career with Urmila, with Rangila, or if you saw Aishwarya's, all the debut movies, I always like to use foundation instead of that heavy, dirty stick foundation which people use. I don't know why.
Right.
And that looks
Right.
very scary. It looks too old school, very OTC. So I always tell people, like you said, that even if you have relatively bad skin, when you put less makeup, the skin looks flawless. But the minute you layer it too much, the skin looks more haggard. The makeup looks as if it's all caught up in the pores or within the acne, if you know what I mean. Pura fasa fasa lagta hai. That looks really bad.
And then
And I
after
think
some time,
somewhere
it
down the
starts
line,
showing.
makeup should make a mature person also look young. Whereas we see on the other
Absolutely.
hand, some people put so much makeup that a young 25-year-old girl looks like an auntie. Even if you go for weddings,
Right,
especially,
right. They
with due
look more
respect to all the
mature,
Muslims out there,
younger. Absolutely.
if you see all these Muslim weddings, people love heavy lashes, heavy makeup, heavy foundation, or gora karo, or bright karo, but they don't realize those girls are so young. Like you see all these lovely, pretty looking
They
Muslim
don't
brides.
need that. Yeah,
Without
exactly.
makeup, they look like angels. They look so beautiful, my God. And they're so young, 18s and 20s, and suddenly with makeup, they start looking much more mature. So we feel you need to balance that very important.
Yeah, we don't want to add age. Even for the skincare treatments, our main aim right now is to make the person look younger and like a better version of themselves, not a clone of
Definitely.
anyone else, and not too mature. Because when they do get to that age, they'll have to do it. So right now, why not maintain the youthful
Definitely. And also,
look?
people take a lot of inspiration from Bollywood also. So if you notice, Bollywood, suddenly the new trend is very minimal makeup.
Minimal,
So
yes,
that's a
true.
very big plus point that we look after the Bollywood celebrities as an idol to kind of, judge our look or whatever. So I think it's really important to do less is more always.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, just today I was thinking, what we could do. We could tell them maybe five things, five skincare products. I would tell them, and you could tell them five makeup products, which everybody should have. Even like from somebody who's in the line where their face is important to a place where just a lady wants to look her best, or even maybe a man who's conscious about how he looks. A little bit that they can do to look after themselves so that they can put their best foot forward.
Definitely.
So,
So
yeah,
I would
with the
love to start
skincare.
with you, doctor, that what is the
Okay.
five, or we did not get into figures, 5 or 10 most
Yeah,
essential things a boy and a girl can do to look after their skin.
right. So the first thing that I would stress on, which I've been doing in most of my talks, is sunscreen. Sunscreen is the most important thing because not only will it prevent pigmentation and tanning, it prevents photo aging. And photo aging is real. The fine lines, the wrinkles, the sagging that you see on the face, it does happen because of the sun. So the UVB rays cause the pigmentation and the tanning, whereas the UVA rays are actually causing the aging. So get a good broad spectrum sunscreen and even apply it when you're in the house. Unfortunately, because of the lockdown, people have just stopped using their sunscreen. But the LED lights that now, we've replaced our normal lights with LED lights to cut down on our electricity bills. But our
Of
skin
course.
is suffering. Our skin is paying the extra money that we are cutting down on the lights. The
Also,
skin is
doctor, I would like to
affected.
interrupt you there that I've seen a lot of people, I don't know why, it's maybe generic or maybe it's their thinking, because you suggested sunscreen. Like we all love putting sunscreen. A lot of times I've seen a lot of clients, a lot of boys or girls say, "नहीं यार बहुत oily लग रहा है, बहुत ये लग रहा है." You know, they have that thing against sunscreen, not
Yeah.
realizing how important a sunscreen is to your day-to-day aspects. So, what according to you would be the best sunscreen, and whether it should be in what SPF or whether it should be a mattifying or a, what kind of a sunscreen would you kind of?
So, see, again, I would say that it's very important to consult a dermatologist at least once because you need to understand your skin type. You need to see whether you have a dry skin, a dehydrated skin, an oily skin, or a normal skin. Depending on this, I would advise different products because, if you have an oily skin, if you have big sebaceous glands which are swollen, lot of
One minute,
sebum.
Renuka, can you hear me, darling? I'm quite loud. Renuka, can you hear me? That's my client from Singapore. I told her to join us, so she's joined us. So Renuka, that's a
Renuka, can
very
you hear
dear
me?
friend
Am
from
I
my building.
not
She was by one of
audible?
my brides as well. Very sweet lady. And Renuka's daughter's makeup also I've done. So
How lovely. You have blessings coming from everywhere.
yeah, touch wood, touch wood. I'm blessed. Sorry, yeah. So up to you.
Yeah. So basically what happens with the sunscreen is if you have an oily skin, we would recommend a gel-based sunscreen. Because if you use something very milky, very rich, you're going to break out. You're going to constantly feel that your skin is oily. Some people even complain that after putting the sunscreen, doc, I feel I'm looking darker. But all this is just because you've not chosen the correct product. Supposing you're into sports, like you're swimming a lot, or you're going out and playing, or you're shooting as well, and you need, when you're going outdoors a lot, then I would recommend a physical sunscreen instead of a chemical one. But a
What
chemical
is the
sunscreen,
physical sunscreen? Can you specify, doctor?
yeah, sure. So a physical sunscreen is a mineral-based sunscreen. So it is something which has zinc oxide and titanium dioxide in it. You can just check these minerals should be in the sunscreen, then it's a physical one. But for people like
Okay.
us who are mostly indoors, a chemical sunscreen, something with oxybenzone, that works well. But it should be broad spectrum because we want both UVB and UVA coverage. Also, we need to
Okay.
check whether it's oily. So, like a gel-based one can be working well for dry skin. And for oily skin, sorry, for dry skin, we can take something with a moisturizer. So, Bioderma has an excellent product which has got a
Yeah, I love
moisturizer.
Bioderma. I'm really
Yeah,
in
it's
love
a
with
lovely
Bioderma.
product.
Seriously.
Absolutely hypoallergenic. There's a 3-in-1, so it has a vitamin C, it has a moisturizer, as well as it has the sunscreen with a good enough SPF. Because you need at least 30. If you go for a sun protection factor below 30, you're not going to be covered even for a good 2-3 hours. And it's so
Okay.
important to reapply the sunscreen. That's also what most of us forget. We've applied once, then you put the makeup and then you don't want to touch it up again. And it only works for 2 hours. So you need to reapply your sunscreen.
So coming to that, I've seen Bioderma's come up with a sunscreen which is a orangey yellow color tube
With a
which says
tint.
SPF 50 and it is
Yeah.
also with a tint. They've come up with a new one which has a little tint in it. Have you seen that?
So I love those. I love the tinted ones.
So
Even
is
the
it
new
safe to
shield is
use
a
the
good
tint
one.
every day for clients? Is it safe for clients to
Yeah, so
use it
I
every day?
generally when I go to the clinic, I just apply, I use the new shield one. It has a tint. I just use that because I don't put a lot of makeup on day-to-day basis. Just my eyes and the new shield SPF 30 is good for me because the tint covers everything.
Yeah,
But
exactly. That's what I feel
yeah,
that people like us don't like every day using too much makeup and
it also
concealer.
clogs your pores and
Because
all.
yeah, it looks pro. And plus also, it's a quite a thing that you got to remove it, and sometimes you look too overdone up, which you don't want to look at work. You
True,
want to look like
exactly.
demure stuff. You don't want
Naturally
to look like, oh my
beautiful.
god, what is wrong with her that she put so much makeup and comes.
Absolutely, absolutely. And plus, you're hopping from one place to the other. So you want something which will last throughout the day. So this is a great thing. Then a face wash is very important again. You can't just use the soap with which you have a bath. Don't use a face wash more than twice a day. Again, for the face wash, I would recommend that you choose according to your skin type. So if you have a dry skin or an oily skin. But a face cleanser is safe for all skin types. So something like an
Okay.
Episoft or a Cetaphil is something everybody can use. Because
Okay,
some
coming to
people,
Cetaphil,
yeah,
doctor, sorry to interrupt you.
sure.
Again, I've heard mixed reviews whenever we've recommended Cetaphil to people. They say they become darker than they are. Or sometimes they get breakouts or whiteheads with Cetaphil. Why is that?
So what happens, especially people who have an oily skin, and especially in our country, we like lather. So we don't feel nice when we use some soap which doesn't give jhag. We feel like, nay, I'm not clean.
True.
We
It's
feel it's
so
still
true. Yeah.
oily. We want to get lather. Please understand, you're not washing clothes. You don't need that lather. Your skin
Okay,
is
there's
already
somebody
clean.
saying makeup by Gitanjali saying yes, Cetaphil makes me look dull.
So then see again in that case, so this is just for normal skin. If you feel that Cetaphil or just Episoft is making you feel still oily or it's giving you a dull look to your complexion, then you can go in for something with a lactic acid or a mandelic acid, even a salicylic or glycolic acid in your face wash. Pearl IDC is an excellent face wash.
Which
It will give
one?
you a little Pearl IDC.
Okay, guys, Pearl IDC is an excellent face wash. Make a note.
It will give you a little tingling when you apply it, but that's good. It's actually, it'll brighten your skin, it'll give you that clean feel, won't leave you looking dull. But what you must do is, as soon as you wash your face, when your face is
Thank
still
you, Kush.
moist,
Thank you so much. I'm going to tell the document. She's saying two gorgeous women.
your
Love,
Kushnuma,
love,
she's
love.
lovely, yeah. Thank you for joining, Kushnuma. So that's what. So it's very important to moisturize your face when it is still moist, because sometimes what happens, the
Okay.
body gets a signal because you've dried out the skin. So even if you normally have oily skin, you might get a signal that it's dry and more oils may be produced if you use some strong face wash. So if you
Okay.
moisturize it when the skin is still moist, you will not have either dry skin or oily skin, but the moisture will get trapped and your skin won't get dehydrated. Again, the moisturizer is the third thing. Choose your moisturizer well. If you have oily skin, please still moisturize, but then use a very light moisturizer. Something locally available at the chemist, like even an emollient or an aquasoft, is good enough if you have oily skin. If you do have dry skin, you can go in for good high-end products like La Roche-Posay. La Roche-Posay again has a toluene fluid and it has a toluene rich. So the rich is for really dry skin because it's very luxurious. If you have a normal skin, you'd go in for the fluid. You don't need something that rich that you are teasing your skin to start breaking out.
Okay, doctor, somebody is asking Cetaphil has paraben. Is paraben bad for the skin?
So it depends. It's not, there's no rule that yes, paraben is bad. We don't use it like when we're going in for shampoos and all, we do recommend not to use sulfates and parabens. When you're using it for your skin, we use very little. We use it only twice a day. That's again what I was saying. We don't keep using face wash, even if you're oily, greasy. It's just twice a day. So it's fine. It's not in that much
So, guys,
situation
it's
that it's
completely
harm.
safe. Don't worry at all.
We've become overconscious now, reading labels and Googling things. So
Very
sometimes,
true. Very true.
yeah.
Very true. It just confuses. When you go, you're so confused because you don't know what to buy, how to buy. What's going to work, what's not going to work, or even for sunscreen for that matter. You said, thank God you told us how to pick up. But otherwise, people are
Yeah.
very blank as to what works for them. So I feel
So
the best
sunscreen,
thing is, guys, ask your dermatologist because you cannot be
absolutely.
your own doctor. I've seen a lot of people do self-prescription and self-buying this
Google
product,
is
that, but then you
replacing
suddenly
our
make a
name to
big
your screen.
disaster, and then you go running to
Yeah.
the doctor when something goes wrong. That's a wrong way. There's nothing wrong in going and seeing a dermat and asking her to assess your skin, and I think it works best for you.
Prevention is much better than cure because it's cheaper
Definitely.
for you and for us. So it's like, we can really help you much better at that time than going
Sure,
in for
sure.
expensive treatments after, the damage is unfortunately done.
True, true.
Yeah. So sunscreen, moisturizer, face wash. Then I recommend an active ingredient in the night. So maybe one night a vitamin C and one night a hyaluronic acid. Or depending on what is bothering you more. Are you getting pigmentation or are you beginning to get fine lines and wrinkles? Hyaluronic acid is a naturally occurring sugar molecule in the skin which gives you the plump, dewy look to your skin. So that works beautifully if you feel, signs of aging are starting. Vitamin C can help in dark circles, perioral pigmentation, even just to brighten up the skin. So, we love our color. Abroad, people are dying to look like us. They're tanning for hours and they still can't get the Indian skin color. So, own your skin, love it. Don't go for the crazy fairness thing. That's absolutely outdated now. But bright and flawless skin is definitely in. You don't want to look patchy. You don't want to look gray. So vitamin C helps you in that. It helps you to get an even skin tone. Whereas hyaluronic acid will help you to get an even
Okay,
skin
somebody's
texture.
asking, is there a particular brand that you recommend in vitamin C serum?
So I like vitamin C. I like the VC15 and I like the Flavor C serum. Both are really good. Yeah. So they are both really
Okay.
good on
And
your
for the
skin.
hyaluronic acid, what would you recommend?
So hyaluronic again, there are so many companies, which I won't tell you just one name because most of them are good. Revival has a good one. Then even Neutrogena and all these companies, Bioderma has their own. So any good brand. So when you're looking for any cream, just check the brand. It should be in the market for some time. Or then you go in for something completely organic. Like Moms and Co is a new company started by, some mompreneurs, completely organic. They have combinations of vitamin C and hyaluronic acid. Again, very safe. And because it's made for new mothers, it is really safe on the skin. So you could even go in for something like that. Or then tried and tested products are always safe. Clinique has a lovely cartridge to put into their main moisturizer of hyaluronic. So if you
Okay,
haven't tried,
darling, Meera, the name is VC15 or Revival. I shall put it up on the chat, don't
sure.
worry.
Yeah.
And
So and the
Gitansh is
last thing,
asking, is a toner good for the skin or not?
so I don't really recommend toners to all my patients because not everyone has the patience nowadays to do a, 6-step skincare or something. So
Also, I've
cleansing is
noticed,
a
doctor,
must.
that the skin becomes more dry with the toner for some
It
reason.
does,
It
and
doesn't work on me at all.
I don't use a toner myself, but there are some people, who've been using it for quite some time. And if you just abruptly ask them to discontinue, they're not that comfortable. Something that I don't recommend and don't allow my patients to use at all is a physical exfoliant. So while I do like chemical exfoliant, something with lactic acid, mandelic acid, salicylic, glycolic, I don't like scrubs which have got, microparticles which cause micro abrasions because they actually heal by activating the melanocytes or the pigment cells, and in the long run you can get pigmentation. So I don't
Okay.
recommend scrubs in Indian skin at all. But besides that,
Also, I've noticed that sometimes when your skin is behaving very well, suddenly by scrubbing, you might get a zit or a whitehead, blackhead.
absolutely,
So even
because
I
you're
feel
actually activating, the sebaceous glands, you're activating the melanocytes. So
true.
scrubbing, any
But there are
exfoliant
these
is
lot of
not good.
stupid makeup brands who, like MAC, also comes with a very silly thing called the black charcoal scrub, and they did
Yeah.
this whole gimmick on a model and on an actor, and they showed and all. And I told one of my dear friends who was getting mad that, darling, don't use it. And she suddenly had such a bad breakout. So I've been telling, first of all, how can you use a scrub just before makeup? And what they're endorsing is that black scrub should be put before makeup. Like you scrub the face and then
You
wipe
clean
it
it
out and
and
then start. Imagine how can you put makeup on a scrub? We scrub the skin at night so that your skin can breathe. You cannot scrub a face and immediately put makeup. So I don't know why they
absolutely.
come up with these stupid gimmicks.
So I don't know, they should consult a dermatologist before they go into this because by scrubbing the skin, they are drying it out completely. You're giving a wrong signal to the brain, and then you're going to have a lot of excess sebum produced after you put the makeup. So the makeup is not
Exactly.
going to last, and you're going to look mattified in some areas, oily in the others. It's going to not give a very good look
It
to
looked
you.
very patchy, very patchy.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the last product that I would say is a must is if you are like I'm 33, if you're post 30, you can introduce a retinol. It's a wonderful anti-aging thing. It works against fine lines, it works against pigmentation, even acne scars. But just be
Okay, so
careful if you're
Poonam,
in the
I hope you
childbearing
heard
age.
what she says. That's answering your question is vitamin C, DC15, and retinol that will target the pigmentation, darling. And if it's
So
severe, then you need to
retinol,
go and see a doctor.
just be careful while using a retinol if you're in the childbearing age because it's not safe for if you get pregnant while you're using either oral or topical retinoids. So if you are not using contraception, you're in the childbearing age, avoid the retinol till you've completed your family. Or otherwise, if you're on a good contraceptive, then that's fine.
I hope that brings sense to people, darling. She's saying thank you,
That's
very
why it's better to
informative.
consult a dermatologist before going in for something like a retinol or even an active ingredient. So we can help
You're
you out with
welcome,
exactly
Poonam.
what you need.
So definitely, guys, I hope to sum it all up. She said is first of all cleansing properly, using a good sunscreen, using a good moisturizer, avoiding a scrub completely, using a good vitamin C serum and a good night cream with hyaluronic acid, or using retinol, which is for aging skin. Please suggest sunscreen SPF strength. Something above SPF 30 is what the doctors mentioned. So now,
So,
guys,
can you tell us some things that you need, the makeup things that you need, five to
so what
whatever?
I feel is, doctor, that I always insist when I meet a bride, or if I'm not meeting, I consult on the phone or a video call. I always ask them to hydrate themselves because what you said is, for me when I
Absolutely.
want to work on a face, I like a lot of hydration on the skin because the skin is dull, dry. Then automatically the makeup doesn't do justice. It doesn't blend well.
True.
Doesn't look smooth. Doesn't look wow. So then what happens?
Absolutely.
I have to spend a lot of time on prepping a skin, which I always do. So what
Yeah.
happens before makeup? I like to spend a good 10 minutes before I like to rub ice on the face because what I
Right.
feel ice closes all the pores. It takes care of any
Absolutely.
puffiness. Normally you have a lot of puffiness under the eye or bloating or something. So I feel ice kind of depuffs the face also. Then
True.
I take something which is called a water-based cream by Tatcha. But
Mm.
if that is not available, I have the Christian Dior also. They have a Hydra Creme or I love Clinique also, like you mentioned. And they don't bother the makeup because normally what happens, we use very medicated skincare product before makeup. They
True.
tend to make the makeup slip, it doesn't stay put. But I
Mm.
think Clinique somewhere down the line or Christian Dior works great, or even this Tatcha water-based cream works like magic. So I work on the hydration and I tell them also to make sure that before they come for the function, they've hydrated their skin very well, make them have a lot of water and, like instead of them having detox water, juices, everything. I
Absolutely.
also use an eye serum, under eye serum. I use the lip balm first, and then I start working on the skin. And also, what I have lately discovered is that when I'm doing the foundation, I like to mix a little bit of serum in the foundation also, so that the
Wow.
foundation is becoming thinner, more sheer, so it
Yeah.
looks like skin. Because
Yeah.
आजकल सबको जो makeup चाहिए, they want makeup to look
No
like second
makeup,
skin.
makeup look.
Makeup
Yeah.
should look like second skin. It should not look like one layer.
Absolutely.
And I always
Yeah.
give a very good example of Shilpa Shetty. If you see her the debut movies like Bazigar, Dhadkan, you could see the layers on her face. And now if you see her makeup, it looks so flawless.
Beautiful.
So
True.
everybody's reinventing their style, which is very important. And I always feel like you said, you don't want to look like a white foreigner, like a ghost. You want your features to look striking, but use less
Absolutely.
base. Because I feel the most important when you use less foundation, you look more younger.
True.
Foundation is something which adds age to the face, definitely.
True. Absolutely.
Like you see a normal young girl, like 10, 12 year old, mommy, I want to put makeup. The minute you put makeup for them, they start looking so older than their age. That
Yeah.
whole
Too
innocence, that
mature.
charm is gone. So I
True.
feel,
True.
why would you want to not retain your charm, your innocence to look pretty? You know what I'm saying? And makeup is
Absolutely.
something to enhance your features than to make you look too OTT. So I
True.
would first start with the prepping the skin with a lot of hydration. Then when
Yeah.
I'm using also products, I love using the Giorgio Armani, which is called the designer creme. So that
Okay.
foundation also comes with a lot of skincare products. It's called the designer creme. So it's
Yeah.
very creamy. When you apply it, it feels like silk on the face. And then they have these radiant creamy concealers. So again, why I insist on them is because the minute you use any normal concealer, यहाँ पे और भी dry लगता है. If you notice, a lot of times
Absolutely. And then the
people look
fine
very
lines
good
start
without
more
makeup.
defined.
But the
Yeah.
minute they put makeup, पूरे अंदर के flaws दिखने
Different
लगते हैं. It
accent.
looks
That's
even more
true.
obvious.
Yeah.
So I always tell my clients that, darling, always use something which is more sheer because that's going to diffuse your lines, diffuse your open pores, diffuse any kind of depigmentation that you may have. But the minute you put a thicker layer, it actually is accentuating all the problems.
So, what would you recommend for a person like if you're not putting the makeup and if they're putting it themselves and they don't want to do too much, would they rather use a concealer below the eyes or just a foundation?
Okay,
Because the
that's very
concealer
good
sometimes is
question.
too cakey.
So I always tell people to use the Bioderma tinted sunscreen and
Yeah.
to use a concealer. I tell them to avoid a foundation completely.
Okay.
Like even for my personal use, I never use foundation because I start breaking out with the best of foundation. So
But
what
does
works
the
for me is,
concealer need more
so
blending
I
than a
use that
foundation?
NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer or Tarte Shape Tape. They work
Okay.
very well. Their coverage is superb, and they are very buttery. So it's not that dry feel which you get. It looks like
Yeah.
a patch sometimes. Or
Yeah.
if you've seen when you do somebody's makeup who's 30 plus, skin anyway is dull and dehydrated. And the
Yes.
minute you put a thicker foundation, the skin starts looking very dull and no shine, no glow on the face. And nowadays
Absolutely.
people want the skin to look so dewy, so glowy, so shiny.
So that's what, like after 30, what happens? The cell turnover rate goes low. So all the dead cells start collecting on the upper layer of the skin. So the whole reflection of light changes. That is why the skin starts looking so dull. So, and on top of that, if we put layers of foundation, it'll just make you look duller rather than brighter.
Very true, very true.
So do you
Also, I've
recommend
noticed a lot of people
light?
put too much powder-based foundation also. You get those compact powder foundations. So I
Yeah,
totally hate those
absolutely.
foundations.
So we
They
don't
look
allow
very
powder to our
cakey.
patients because compact, especially because it clogs all the pores. So it's not
It
good
clogs the
for.
pores also. If you've noticed, doctor, you might look fresh for that first 1 hour. Then again,
Mhm.
after 2, 3 hours, the skin starts looking haggard. All the pores may, makeup pasa like that. It looks like
Yes,
it's all
absolutely. It
clogged
looks
into the
worse than
skin.
if you had just gone in. Yeah.
And then sometimes the makeup moves from here, moves from somewhere, and looks so bad. Oh my god! So I totally say no. And a lot of times I've seen a lot of aunties or a lot of clients, they don't like it when you tell them, but they're so used to using a good sunscreen and a
Absolutely.
compact powder. That's
Yeah.
their
And like,
daily routine.
Amita, you only do this and you're stopping that much also.
So I think it's very wrong to use sunscreen, and plus sunscreen and a compact powder is a very deadly combination.
Yeah,
Have to
it means
avoid
like
that
you're
because
putting
start,
oil and then you're pouring atta in it. So it's like everything is going to show. It's going to
and
get
then it starts looking oily and patchy and horrible. So I think that's very bad.
absolutely. So
Okay, somebody's
do you
asking us
recommend
about
the
what is the
light?
new light therapy, doctor. What is it, light therapy?
So basically, these are some of these things are good. Like the laser toning that we do is again we use light. Then there are pores. There are pores which have opened up a lot. It helps to shrink these pores. So just in that way, now they've come out with lots of light therapy. But lasers are always better than just plain light therapy because they've got a higher fluence, a higher frequency, and when in the right hands. Because this light therapy is even being done today in beauty parlors. So many people who have no knowledge of skin are going
Yeah,
into
and it can be very
cosmetology.
dangerous. It can be very
Yeah,
dangerous too, of
and
course.
it's very important for us to know your skin because only then can we assure you that whatever we are doing for you is good for you and it's very safe. So all our
It's
machines
like
and everything
definitely
that we
very
make are
important,
FDA
guys,
approved.
that you need to go to a dermatologist for your skin. You cannot go to a beauty parlor and start doing any facial randomly because you're going to aggravate your skin even more.
And you may not
It's
see it
like,
now, you might see it 15 years later when there's a lot of damage done, but it's very difficult then to go back from there.
true, true, true.
So
So
do you
also,
recommend a light
I would
shade?
love to say that nowadays people love putting a lot of creamy blush, for the dewy skin finish. Instead of
True.
using powder-based blush, you get lovely creme blush
Soap
that look
cream.
more youthful, more soft, more
Yeah.
prettier. They add a little glow on the face, like a very fresh, youthful glow on the face. You get creme highlighters also, which are fantastic. So I would always recommend those. Those are really nice. Sorry, what is it? Which foundation is it for sensitive skin? Okay, for dry and sensitive skin also, darling, I would definitely recommend either NARS Sheer Glow Foundation or the Giorgio Armani. Both are fantastic. Definitely don't, I would love to specify this, that when you're using skincare and makeup, invest in the best brand. Do not compromise because it's your own face.
And use lesser products, but use the best ones.
Exactly. I would rather buy one outfit less, but I would not compromise on my skincare because that's the most. Because if your skin is looking good, anything you wear looks wow. But you could
Absolutely.
have like 50 millions of clothes, but if your skin is not looking great, your hair is not looking great, it's a waste of your money
Yeah.
and
You'll
everything.
not even feel good. The dress will wear you. You won't be wearing the dress.
Of course, of course, of course.
So, do you recommend that the foundation or the concealer should be one shade lighter or darker than what your actual skin is
Okay,
to
so
cover
basically, when you
especially?
have really bad dark circles, you
Yeah.
need a corrector, which people are not very used to, but you get this orange corrector to camouflage your dark circles. And
Right.
then when you're using a concealer, depending if you have bags under your eyes or very hollow, then you use one shade darker than your skin within the dark circle. And the
Okay.
outer rim of your dark circle, you would use a one shade lighter than your skin tone.
All
So
right.
it's going to balance. So what happens? Your hollow of your eye or the bag of your eyes with a darker color. So you
Yeah.
camouflage that, and then you outline it with a lighter color.
True.
So
Oh,
you're
lovely.
balanced, and then you use your foundation on top, so it kind of completely camouflages everything.
So you said it's 3 steps. You put the color corrector, then you put the concealer, and then on top of that the foundation. So
Yeah.
we can skip the foundation if it's too much and just
Yeah, yeah.
drop
If you
that.
don't want to put foundation, you can use lovely translucent powders you get. My favorite would be the Laura Mercier. Laura Mercier is a lovely
Yes.
translucent powder, which
Yeah.
looks like butter on the face. Again, it doesn't look powdery, cakey at all. So it's really value for money.
And this
And
lasts for many hours. This if you do it
it
like
will
this.
last throughout the day. I've seen a lot of people go underwater swimming also with that. So what I
Wow.
feel, if you're so conscious, like you said, if you can use a good, tinted sunscreen, and if you have open pores or problem skin, then what you need to do is before your sunscreen, you need to use a primer. Once
True.
you use a proper primer on your face, like a mattifying primer, it will just help your makeup to stay 24 hours and not budge. Even if somebody's going to pull your cheek.
Hello. Yeah. So you recommend a primer for like just women who are going to work or otherwise, or only if they have open pores?
Yeah, I think people who want longevity in their makeup, who want the makeup to last for a good 6 to 8 hours or 10 hours, I would definitely recommend a primer because what happens is that you don't want to wear your makeup now, then again wash it after 3 hours, again redo it because there's no time for that. Plus, it's not good for the skin removing and applying
True.
again. So I would rather use a nice
Yeah.
primer so that the makeup stays put. Also, you get these lovely blotting paper tissues, which have a little rice powder in them. You get it by Body Shop, you get it by Biotic. A lot of brands have come up with these. So it's just a
Right.
blotting tissue. So if you feel you're looking shiny, oily, you just dab that tissue it soaks up all the excess oil and it refreshes your makeup. You don't
Wow.
even feel the problem. So we normally use that in a lot of shoots also, because when we're doing shoots, we normally
Yes.
don't put makeup after makeup. Like a lot of people are very ignorant about this, but normally always makeup एक ही बार होता है सुबह को. And let's say makeup is retained, as the most we take care by
Yeah.
dabbing the laugh line or whatever, and refreshing the lipstick. But you can't
Yes.
put makeup. You put makeup, it look like one cake factory.
This can even help those brides, whose weddings are just going into the receptions, because sometimes they don't have enough time to do the
Time
makeup.
to rechange. No, so we always, in fact, leave with them also these tissues. Sometimes the bride says, "Oh, just we are not going to be using you in the evening because we might not have time." So we leave this kind of a blotting tissue with them. It works like a magic thing. Or sometimes then they have their own little, loose powder which they want to set up with or whatever. Also nowadays, Charlotte Tilbury is a brand which has come up with this lovely setting powder compact. So again, it's like a very sheer thing. Very nice, as good as like a blotting powder.
Okay.
Very good. So those setting powder also work like a miracle. I'm very against the makeup fixers, because what I feel is instead of doing anything, they destroy your makeup.
Okay. So you don't like the sprays that have come out now? Yeah.
Because what happens, suppose you have a problem skin, I'm hiding your pores, I'm kind of hiding your flaws. And then I've literally softened it with the diffusing powder, setting powder. If I put a spray, all that extra coat is gone. So in 20 minutes, you start feeling all the problems.
You're almost washing it off.
So it's really stupidity. And see what happens, brands come up with these gimmicks because we all get rich and, oh my god, this is coming new, that is coming, you want to go and buy it because you want to have everything in your kit. But then it's just going to lie waste and you're never going to use it again.
Absolutely. So I think we'll recap. You said you can use a primer if you want it to last long, a good concealer, a color corrector for the under eyes, a foundation on top of the concealer.
That is optional. Foundation is optional. You can use a tinted sunscreen or a tinted moisturizer also. Get like Shiseido has a lovely tinted moisturizer also. Beautiful value for money.
What about BB creams? Somebody's asked also.
Rubbish. Waste of money. BB cream, CC cream, DD cream, they're all rubbish. So please do not fall prey to them.
They say, they're marketing it now with an SPF of 20 or something, but there's so much makeup in it that the SPF may be there, but the amount of sunscreen is so less, and you feel you're covered, so you're not using your sunscreen. So
in fact, if you remember, Pond's that started a BB cream and all, and they had to stop it because a lot of clients had breakouts.
Yeah,
so that was a complaint given to them on feedback, and that was a disaster. So they completely closed it down.
Fine. So then BB creams are not needed. This is good
not
enough. So you named around 5 to 6. Now maybe we can discuss few things, like few problems which women have, like the dark circles and the perioral pigmentation. Generally, there are a lot of dark circles now because, as we know dark circles can have various etiologies. It's not because of one thing. It could be hereditary. It could be nutritional because of B12 or D3 iron deficiencies. It could also be because you're not getting enough sleep, and your eyes are becoming very dry. You're scrubbing your eyes. When you scrub your eyes, the skin is really thin below the eyes, so the dilated veins and capillaries burst, and the clots collect. You're giving it a grayish pigmentation. Another thing, you don't remove your makeup in the night. Say the kajal and the liner, there's micro tattooing of the pigment. So these are various things which could lead to dark circles. Even hollow eyes. Some people are just born like that. Their eyes are a little deep set. So they look very shadowy and they don't look fresh at any time. So there are so many issues. Of course, we have a lot of medical corrections also. I'll tell you a few of those. But if it's not done, then as you mentioned, the 3 layers, like how to cover up those dark circles, and also the pigmentation around the mouth so that the entire skin looks even. Doesn't look like an uneven tone. So medically, what we can do is we do peels. We have arginine peels, which are very basic. And we have retinol peels, which actually cause peeling of skin. So generally, we alternate these treatments. We do an RG peel to balance out and prep your skin. And then in the next sitting, around 2 weeks later, we do a retinol peel, which will actually cause peeling. This is for the pigmentation. For the fine lines that come, there's of course Botox. Unfortunately, again, in our country, we are very prejudiced and against injectables. But Botox and fillers work beautifully around the eyes, the crow's feet, the little lines, which, just about starting, we can just iron them out. And Botox doesn't paralyze your muscles, it only relaxes them. So it's actually not allowing you to move so much. So it's an anti-aging tool as well, because 6 months later, when the Botox wears off, because you've not overworked that muscle so much, you're going to be in a better state than you would have been if you had not used any product. So it's not all bad. It's quite good. Volite is another amazing injectable product that's come out. It's basically hyaluronic acid, but it's not a serum. It's actually injected into your face. So, it's very good for your clients also, just because it actually will hydrate the skin so beautifully.
What is it called, you said?
Volite.
Volite. Okay.
Volite. It's just hyaluronic acid, and it's
How
very
do you
good
spell
for
it? Volite?
Volite. It's a product of Allergan, the same people, who come out with Botox and fillers. But it works
Okay.
beautifully because it's very good for virgin skin. The needle is thinner than a hair, and it's very superficial. So it's not like you're putting a filler, or you're going under the knife or something. You're just hydrating your skin so well that you get the dewy complexion which everybody's after, and then the makeup that you put will also look much better. So
Fabulous. Yeah,
that
I think
works
that's a great
beautifully
idea
as
to
well.
recommend to all the brides or anybody who has a special occasion to go to. I think it's the perfect
Absolutely.
thing to do.
We can even do it on the lips, under eyes, full face, neck. Some people's neck starts showing these
Lines very
horizontal
fast.
lines. And even for mothers of brides, the face is still nice sometimes, but the neck starts giving way much faster. Neck and the dorsum of the hand, this is where the age
True,
starts
true,
showing.
very true.
So Volite works superbly for these areas as well. Fillers work if you have a tear trough deformity. So, some people have this lines here. Then you have to put a lot of makeup to cover that. So just
True.
a little filler will just iron that out, and it will give you a beautiful base to play around with the makeup.
And what is the downtime for all this?
So if you bruise, if you're an aspirant, or if you have a tendency to bruise, then of course there would be a little bruise. So we always advise you to do it maybe 2-3 weeks before your big day. But if you don't bruise, you're good to go. It's an OPD procedure. We just do it and you're out.
Okay, okay.
And for Volite especially, 3 weeks is good because you get the maximum effect from 3 weeks to 2 months.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. But
So
like you
this is
rightly
for
said,
dark
doctor, that
circles.
I've seen that how much ever the makeup may be good, but somebody
Yes.
has this pigmentation here, especially I've seen girls who want to look fairer than what they are. And suddenly
Yeah.
when you see it, this looks horrible. Because
Yeah.
pura makeup itna acha lagta hai, but suddenly this green portion of any depigmented area starts showing. So I definitely
Absolutely.
feel, you need to be
So if
very
for that
proactive about
also,
that.
it's a very good idea to do a laser hair removal for the upper lip, because if you're threading or waxing, sometimes waxing causes pigmentation in that area, or you
I
use
have been
heat
telling
stroke
so
or
much to
something.
my
Yeah.
clients, but they refuse to believe me. But I've been telling them because of prolonged waxing and threading, you're, ruining the skin,
100%.
and that becomes darker.
And they're going to have sagging skin also in the long run. The pigmentation is going to show up faster, and then eventually the mid-face ptosis, the entire mid-face is going to start dropping. You're going to get jowls here, the nasolabials are going to get deeper. Waxing your face is too much trauma for such thin and delicate skin. Please don't do it. Laser is safe, it's pain-free, it's US FDA approved. We have the diode in our clinic. We have never seen, touchwood, any side effects, burns, nothing. Burns
Thank
used to
God.
happen earlier, because earlier they used an IPL. You give it away, in some of the very commercial setups, they give it to technicians who are hardly trained. You train them for a few weeks. They don't know the patient's skin type. But with a good dermatologist, even our techs, they are so trained. They do multiple faces in a day. And we check the fluence and we set it. So it's much safer than any other procedure.
So, guys, please make sure you do not wax your face. If your client is, God forbid, waxing her face, please tell her that it's really bad for skin because she may not realize it now during her youth, but after 30, your skin will start dropping, sagging, and then nothing can help. So, please, please,
And that
please.
pigmentation, the greenish hue that comes here is very difficult, as you said, to cover even with makeup.
Yeah, and then you end up putting more pigmentation products and corrector and concealers and everything. So I always feel that I tell my client to work on their skin because if they work 100% on the skin, we need to do less product and then the whole result is beautiful. But a lot of people think
Absolutely.
that no, no, we don't go to a dermat, we just get the makeup done and they're very ignorant. I've seen, I've
Well, and
recently
they
come
take
across
great
some
pride.
people.
Unfortunately, they take great pride in saying, I've never been to a skin doctor and I've never got a facial and I've never. It's not necessarily a good thing that you've never got the largest organ of your body checked.
Of
Because
course.
if you do get it checked, you'll realize that you could have avoided so much, and
And it's like
you
a
can
daily
actually look
hygiene, my
younger.
darling. It's not that you're becoming a fashionista, you're becoming like a Bollywood star. It's like daily hygiene. I think it's very important to go to your dentist and to your dermatologist every
Absolutely.
month. Because if you're avoiding that, you will not realize it now, but you realize after 5 years the amount of harm that you've done to your face and to your teeth. So I think that's most important. Even normal doctors tell you, हर 3 महीने में अपना blood test भी कराना, you need to do all the tests because you need to maintain. And
Absolutely.
body, mind, soul is like a temple. So if you're going to kind of look after it, it's going to be, flourishing. If you don't look after it, I'll give a basic example. जब हमारी गाड़ी हम 2-3 दिन नहीं धोते हैं, तो गाड़ी की क्या हालत हो जाती है? If you don't do dusting, cleaning in your house right now, a lot of people I believe don't have maids in their house. If you're not going to clean up your house, you're going to have cobwebs, cockroaches, everything. So same thing for your face, skin, and hair. If you're not going to look
Absolutely.
after it, it's over. Everything is over. So you can't do
And
anything.
we're
And then
only going to get one skin and this hair for our life. So if we don't look after it now, we'll regret it later, but then it's too late. It's better to catch the train before it leaves the station.
of course, definitely, definitely.
So this was for the under eyes and the perioral pigmentation that we spoke. So perioral also you'll cover in the same way with the corrector and then a concealer.
Yes, darling. So this
Okay.
this portion always you have to use an orange corrector. Now for the fair skin, medium tone and dark tone, what happens is orange or a pink corrector both work on a fair tone skin. But for a medium and a medium to dark tone, if you know the skin is a little olivey, a little wheatish, so you
Right.
definitely need a little brighter pigment to cover. So you definitely need an orange corrector. A pink corrector will not work. Like I'll give you an example. Somebody who's a medium to dark skin, उनके face पे pink blusher, pink lipstick doesn't do anything.
Will
They
not
look very
show.
flat.
Right. Yeah.
So that's how the same thing. The corrector is not going to do any correction with a pink corrector on a medium to dark tone, but you definitely need a orange corrector that really works fabulous.
So for Indian skin, you think all Indian skins can use an orange corrector safely?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
So if they don't have more knowledge about this, at least they can go and maybe pick up an orange corrector and
Yeah, yeah,
start with
definitely.
this.
Orange corrector is like a magic potion. Even burn marks, veins, sometimes you get a lot of pigmentation here, or they have a birthmark, it completely gets camouflaged.
Perfect. So now the next point is, about the eyes. Many brides and even, women in their later ages, they feel that their eyes are drooping. The eyebrows start going low and the eyes don't open up. Especially those people who don't have big eyes. Some of us are blessed with big eyes, but, the people who have smaller eyes, they again start feeling that they are converging. So we have a lot of things we can medically do to open up the eyes. But supposing they don't want to do that, then we can discuss how maybe, with makeup, you can give a feeling of the eyes opening up more and looking bigger and even the eyebrows. So medically, I'll tell you what we can do. Again, we can do Botox to lift the eyebrows completely. If you like the Spock, we can lift them like this. If you like the Gigi Hadid look in which you have fox eyes, we can lift it like this. We can even use threads for this lift. If you don't like the Spock, we can lift the entire thing and just give an anti-Spock here so that it looks evenly arched and not just jumping up like this. We can put threads here, PDO threads. I specialize in threads. That's absolutely natural because it's the same material with which you ligate the uterus after the birth of a baby. So they are self-absorbable. They'll dissolve inside. But the silicone meshwork that they form, it will keep it lifted up for that much longer.
Oh,
So
wow.
all this works beautifully in opening up the eyes. So we can use Botox, as I said, and we can use threads. We can use also radio frequency. So just by radio frequency, we can tighten and lift this. Of course, it won't have the same effect as threads or Botox, but it works beautifully as well. For people who don't want to do this, what can you do, with makeup maybe to just open this up so that they can see more of their eyes?
Okay, so basically, there are certain skincare brands, cosmetic brands, who have made up these high-end one-time use products. So it's like a temporary Botox freeze cream. So it's like a cream that you apply here, and
All
it
right.
takes 2 to 3 minutes to kind of react, and it slightly gives you the lifted effect, which lasts for a good 5 to 6 hours.
Wow.
Same thing, they have these lip plumpers which come, you can use it on your lips also, they
True.
plump up your lips, but after 4
Yeah.
5 hours, the effect goes away.
So it
So
gives like a
Jeunesse
bleach tongue look.
yeah, so Jeunesse is a
Yeah.
very good brand,
All
Jeunes.
right.
They have a skincare brand also. So they've come up with these things which are, they come in a sachet. So one sachet for one time. So if you have laugh line, it freezes the laugh line. If you have pores, it
Wow.
covers the pores beautifully. Or, if
That's
you're like, you don't have an eyelid or something because it's very droopy, it kind of
yeah.
lifts it. But I think the effect lasts for a good 4 to 5 hours. Beyond that, slowly, slowly, it kind of wears off.
But
So
it's okay. Like if somebody's in the middle of the treatments, or if somebody doesn't want to go in for injectables at an early age,
yeah,
so
this is a nice
whatever.
thing on the day of the bride or some special occasion. It's really worth doing it.
Super. So as you mentioned the lips, we have amazing treatments for the lips as well. So some problems that some people have with the lips is the angle of the mouth starts drooping as we grow older. And then, you look like you're not happy, like you're upset because you just
You look
don't.
as if you're pouting all the time.
Yeah, like you're just sulking. So there's a very simple treatment, just two units of Botox here at the DAOs. So there's a muscle here called the depressor anguli oris. We just inject them and release it. So the lips go up like this without becoming
Okay.
fuller or anything. Of course, I would not recommend this to a patient who already has proportionate lips because that gives rise to the duck lips. Like I won't name any actress, but there are actresses, who've gone in for it and then they've got that duck look and then they might like it, but their fans are really disappointed seeing it on them. So if your lips are already proportionate, don't do it. But if the angles are drooping, just a little Botox here, and you'll feel like you are looking and feeling happier. So
Oh
that's a
wow.
beautiful treatment for that. And to plump up your lips, of course, fillers work beautifully. You don't need to have huge lips. So it's like, people feel like, no, lip filler will make you look disproportionate. The people who have big lips is because they like them. So they're doing it and everybody has a right to choose what they like on
Of
their
course,
face.
and it's all about the perfect pout. Everybody wants to have pouty lips nowadays.
Absolutely. So we put in more product if the patient wants that look. But nowadays, as you said, everybody is into looking more naturally beautiful. So you
Right.
put just a little product for people who especially have thin lips. They'll have kissable lips, rather than just thin lines. And that will change the proportion and the entire thing of the entire
I think it
face.
also enhances your appearance also.
Absolutely, because there are so many pages you can follow on Instagram, or even you see an actress with thinner lips, and then just a slight augmentation, and there's such a big difference in how they are looking. The entire proportion of the face is changing, which just again Volite works beautifully on the lips, but Volite will not make your lips bigger. This is more for people who have constantly chapped lips, dry lips, and then even the
For
lipstick
more
that
hydration.
like the lipstick starts cracking very fast.
Peeling, cracking,
So
yeah, yeah,
it's
of
an
course.
internal hydration rather than putting a lot of gloss before, so it lasts. So these are the things we can do medically for your lips.
Also, I've noticed, doctor, a lot of patients or a lot of ladies are all the time perpetually on Roaccutane or Isotrine, and I feel
Yes.
it makes their skin look more dull, more tired, more darker. Lips look horrible, and then when they're to be bright, it's such a difficult task to kind of do anything on them because everything is dry, flaky. The lips are extremely flaky.
So isotrine again. So this will go to another topic of acne, which is a big issue with most of our young girls. So again, I would like to tell you all that see, we understand now. Today it's all about, or just everybody's like, accept yourself the way you are, accept your color, accept your body, 100%. But please don't accept your acne because acne is not your skin type; it's a skin disease. So you must understand that acne is not something you're born with, and acne is not something that you need to live with. It is something you need to treat ASAP, as fast as you can. Because the longer you wait to treat acne, the deeper the scars are going to get. And once you
True,
get those scars, it's very difficult to treat those scars. And nobody
true.
wants to live with scars on their face. Why would you? And please don't live in that guilt that you're changing something, because this is not like you're not having a nose job or you're not changing your facial features. You're just treating a disease. So treat acne fast. Acne again has got multiple reasons. PCOD, like today, earlier in the day, we were talking about PCOD.
Yeah, and it's been a very common problem hearing from everyone that they have the PCOD.
So, because of the lifestyle now, just what has happened earlier, 1 in maybe 20 or 50 girls had it. Today, 1 in 8 girls has got PCOS or PCOD. It's very unfortunate. What is happening is, our stress levels are increasing and our capacity to tolerate that stress is going down. Our lifestyle is also not as good as our moms or grandmoms. Our diet is bad. Everything is gone for a toss. Sleep is gone. All this is so important for good skin. Good sleep, a good diet is essential, and stress levels have to be controlled because when you're in stress, the body releases cortisols, and then these cortisols put the body into a state of chronic inflammation. So because of that, what happens? Slowly the body starts attacking its own healthy cells, tissues, organs. And skin is your organ. So your body is going to be in a constant fight with your skin. So you're going to have rashes, you're going to have acne, you're going to get PCOD. And in PCOD, you have a lot of issues with the skin. You have facial hair, so you get a lot of hair below your chin, on your chest, below your belly button. So you can't wear a sari blouse peacefully. You can't do anything much to your face. Laser hair removal doesn't work if your hormones are not in control. So please remember, if you're going to, I don't want to take any names, but a commercial place for a laser hair removal, there they may not tell you, and they might start doing your chin, and they might do 8 or 10 sessions and you're back with the hair. But that's because it's essential to first treat your hormones, get an ultrasound, get your blood test. Your sex hormones could be out. There could be a simple thing like your insulin or prolactin levels could have gone haywire. Correcting them will take 3 months. If you start your laser after that, it's actually going to work. If you just start your laser, you're wasting your money, your effort, and your sessions, and your hair is going to be back. All of it is going to come back. In chin, cleavage, and below your belly button. Rest of the hair is not hormone dependent, and you can go ahead with your laser. As far as acne is concerned, isotroin, like because Ojas mentioned that, we also give isotroin to many of our brides, but we only give it if they come to us at least 8 months before, because we stop isotroin in 6 months, and we like 2 or 3 cycles to pass before they get married. Because sometimes a bride could be careless about her contraception or something. If she conceives, it's harmful for her baby. And again, as you said, isotroin causes intense dryness of skin.
Very dry, yeah, very
So
much, very much.
lips get dry, the skin gets dry, and unfortunately, there are cases of intensive vaginal dryness. So again, that will create a lot of problem post marriage. So
Oh
we
my
do
God.
not want our brides to go into a wedding with being on isotroin. We want to wean them off, give 2 or 3 cycles, and then they're good. So please go to your dermat a year before, 10 months before, if you do
Yeah,
have
and then the
hormones.
skin starts looking very
Yeah.
dull, the skin starts looking very dull.
Because isotroin does that. See, it's a magic drug for acne. If your hormones are okay, vitamin A, that is isotroin, works remarkably, and in 6 months, it will absolutely make your acne go off, and it will also be a good treatment for the scars. But yes, it creates a havoc in the form of dryness. So if you're on isotroin, please moisturize very well, maybe 2 or 3 times a day. Even your sunscreen should have a moisturizer in it. Moisturize your lips regularly, because otherwise the makeup won't look good, as she said. And also, if you go for your honeymoon to a sun-based, an area where there's a lot of sun, you'll get rebound pigmentation if you're on
Oh
isotroin
my
as well.
God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I hope, guys, this is a very good point doctors told us, because I think that's very important to know that if you're going to go out in the sun, you're going to diversify and create more harm to your skin than do any good to your skin. So please be careful and go to a dermat and understand the pros and cons than just trying out medication on your own, because that can be a disaster. So,
How will
doctor,
we
we have
cover
only
that?
2 more minutes because it'll get
Yeah.
automatically cut off in 1 hour.
Yes. So could you just quickly tell us about the acne scars? If they don't come to me in time.
So again, for the
so
acne
lasers
scars, you
and
definitely need
RF.
a very, very good amount of concealer. But again, you need a hydrating concealer. So we get these special concealers which actually work on the acne scars. And before that, what we use is a wax-based primer. So the minute you use a wax-based primer, it creates a layer of mattifying. And then we use this mattifying concealer, which we use with a brush, and we just tap, tap, tap. You cannot overblend them. And thus you get a micro refined powder for setting that, So we just again tap the micro, but you cannot rub on it. When you're doing blusher also, you just tap the blusher. You cannot, overblend.
All right. So you can cover this, right? Then it's not too late. If they've not
Yes,
done
yes,
the
yes, yes.
lasers, the
Yeah, yeah,
microneedling, and they've come in, you can help them out. So I think there are lots more questions and there are lots more topics left. Hopefully we can do this again.
We do one more. Yes, for all of you all, promise we'll go one more time next week, and we try and get many, many
Let's
more
do that,
questions.
because we can cover hair as well. Hair is so important.
Definitely,
and
definitely.
things which have got left out, we'd love to have Ojas again with us.
No, definitely we'll do. And thank you so much,
Doctor.
Doctor. Really sweet of you to, do this together.
No,
So I
it's
look
my
forward
pleasure.
doing it next week, promise you.
Absolutely. When you work with experts like you, you feel you're getting enriched on the journey.
No, definitely, definitely. Lots of love to you. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Thank you for
Bye-bye.
joining.
Save this, okay?
Saving it at once. Bye-bye. So we'd like to thank Ojas and all of y'all for joining. Hope you all loved the session. We'll hopefully be coming back next week with much more stuff for you. Please leave PMs and give me your questions so that next week when we are here with her, we can ask her. And even if you have any questions for me, I would love to help you out. We are here just for you. Have a lovely week till we see you again. Bye-bye. Signing off.